The Goodyear factory, which has been in operation since 1947, employs around 900 workers and supports thousands of jobs in secondary industries such as catering and security. For over 6 decades, Goodyear has put food on the table for many families and was at the heart of the automotive hub in the Eastern Cape. Not too far from the plant is the East Cape Midlands TVET College, where many aspiring engineering graduates were hoping to find employment in their hometown, with Goodyear topping some of their lists. Nomatamsanga Nonyati, a third-year engineering student, says by now most of them should have been placed in a company for training, but recently placement has been tough. With Goodyear on the brink of closing, the prospects of getting placement, let alone a job, is bleak.
We are
really devastated that Goodyear will close their doors. For many of us here at Midlands College, we really look forward to working for such companies. In fact, we grow up believing that one day we will. We have such a huge crisis of youth unemployment, and this closure is going to add to this. We have skills and want them to grow, but how can they grow if companies like Goodyear close?
For electrical students Zokwanda Ntuli and Simtandile Bartman, the news was devastating.
I was a bit down because of some of the skills that I wanted to do basically there in that company, because they provide more, because I'm also interested in the motor industry. Meanwhile, even though I'm doing the electrical stuff, but I'm also interested. So now, in terms of being someone who wants to be an entrepreneur and wants to do some things of motor industry, so now I'm a little bit gonna be disadvantaged of getting some of the skills in those companies.
It's not really discouraging. It just gives you more courage or more power to strive and be your own boss, so that you know that you can't rely on companies. You have to do something. You have to start something. As our facilitator would say, this is your bread and butter, so you need to focus now. So instead of trying to go out there and look for companies, maybe start something of your own. So it's not really discouraging as bad as it is, but it's giving you the motivation to keep forward, to keep going forward.
Residents say that those who stand to lose their jobs in the retrenchments may never recover, leaving the town even worse off.
It's one of the saddest things really in this community, and it will impact the community very badly and negatively. I'm thinking of parents now, they just bought houses and they're in a bond now, and this thing came as a surprise. Nobody knew that Goodyear is going to close down. I mean, the company has been running for over 50 years, I think, and a lot of people are working. I think 900 something people is working there. So really, man, it is a surprise to us, and we are praying and trusting God that really, if ever there be another way, that God must help and assist these people also at the same time.
Youthneck as a town, we are a town that is known to be an automotive sector, and we are big in automotive. So if you take Goodyear out of the picture now, close to 50% of people who are currently active in the employment will lose their jobs. Not only those who are employed by Goodyear, but also other sub companies that are receiving business from Goodyear. So it's more than just Goodyear, it's bigger than that. And if you look at one person working at that one particular company, how many people are they looking after? So it's going to be a big blow.
In a statement, Goodyear says it was transforming its go-to-market strategy in the Europe, Middle East and Africa regions to optimize its footprint and portfolio. It also emphasized that part of that transformation, Goodyear South Africa was launching a restructuring process in accordance with provisions of the Labour Relations Act. This is to address proposals regarding the closure of its manufacturing facility in South Africa and the realignment of certain sales, administration, and general management functions. Goodyear South Africa will continue to maintain a sales and distribution and high-queue retail presence in South Africa. An economist says the closure of Goodyear will not foster investor confidence in the Eastern Cape.
And this will have a ripple effect in the province, in the sense that in the supply chain, there are a number of other companies that are in the supply chain to Goodyear. those companies will equally be affected in terms of the employment levels when it relates to those, as it relates to those companies. And that's going to add to the burden that we have of poverty, inequality, and unemployment in South Africa. The thing is also, when it comes to issues of foreign direct investment, where we need investment from other countries to come and invest their businesses in the province, is going to create a...
Goodyear has also stressed the process will be facilitated by the CCMA with transparency and fairness, ensuring that the dignity and interest of all those potentially impacted by the process are appropriately safeguarded. Lerato Fekisi, SABC News, Kariega.